PewDiePie is one of the richest content creators in the world, so it's no surprise that he makes some pretty big purchases. And since he's also one of the quirkiest content creators in the world, some of his purchases are downright bizarre. Stay tuned until the end to see Pewd's strangest possession and find out why it isn't a Lamborghini. Now, here's how PewDiePie spends his millions. As you should all know by now, before we talk about how a celebrity spends their millions, we have to talk about how they made their money in the first place. Thankfully, for PewDiePie, this is pretty obvious. PewDiePie, whose real name is Felix Kjellberg, has made his entire career off YouTube. He founded his eponymous and now famous YouTube channel in 2010 and began posting Let's Play videos where he recorded himself playing and commenting on video games. Felix found his niche, and within the first 2 years of starting his channel, he had 500,000 subscribers and videos regularly eclipsing the million view mark. Thanks to YouTube's monetization program, PewDiePie pocketed quite a lot of revenue during his initial period of success, but it wasn't until he began a partnership with California-based video network Maker Studios, which eventually became the Disney Digital Network, that he began to really rake in the dollars. In 2013, owing to the success of his content under Maker Studios branding, PewDiePie became the most subscribed user on YouTube. It was during this time that Felix attained mainstream fame, with PewDiePie becoming a name recognized not just by technology-obsessed teenagers, but their annoyed middle-aged parents. PewDiePie would later guest star on South Park, Conan, and The Late Show, partner with such companies as Mountain Dew and LG, and even develop his own video games. Despite a few setbacks due to Pewd's controversial commentary, the YouTube star still pulls in an estimated $15 million a year. You might think that a profession called video game watching would not have much overhead. All you need is a camera, microphone, and computer, right? Not if you're a professional video game watcher. PewDiePie spends a ton of money on his equipment. Thanks to a video PewDiePie posted on his channel in January 2018, we know exactly how much his setup costs. Firstly, there are computer monitors, where the PewDiePie magic happens. He has 3 of these Asus ROG Swift monitors, each totaling $1,000. In front of them is a Corsair Straff mechanical gaming keyboard, which goes for $150 on the market. And to its right is a BenQ Zowie FK1 mouse, worth $100 retail. Even the mouse pad is $24. We can't fail to mention the system that makes all of this possible, PewDiePie's custom Origin PC computer. Price unknown, but certainly unprecedented. He also uses his own model of Razer headphones, priced at $130. Documenting this setup is a $1,300 Canon XA11 HD camera. Pewd also has a secondary camera, a Canon G7X Mark II, which costs $700 retail. And then there's a $750 microphone and $76 light stand. Tying the whole scene together is PewDiePie's gaming chair. It's his very own model, called the PewDiePie Edition, which is manufactured by Clutch Chairs for its Throttle series. The current chair's market price is right under $400. PewDiePie's chair is so famous that it appeared in YouTube's 2018 Rewind video. Instead of PewDiePie, you can guess that PewDiePie's fans lambasted YouTube for this omission, which was just one of the countless problems with the lamentable video. The YouTube Rewind video could have been saved by some better editors, perhaps the same ones that PewDiePie employs. Yes, PewDiePie has his own editors. He's come a long way from being a college dropout working at a hot dog stand and making YouTube videos for fun. The editors are named Brad Wodo and Sive Morton. Wodo has been working for PewDiePie since 2014, and Morton came on board a couple years later. Brad 1 and Brad 2, as they're called by PewDiePie, are video editors, meaning that they cut together the footage that Pewd shoots. PewDiePie used to do this himself until the success of his channel made it possible and practical to hire editors to help with the ever-increasing workload. We don't know exactly what Pewd pays his editors, but we assume it's probably substantial. Paying a presumably 6-figure wage to 2 editors isn't anything to sneeze at, but it's definitely worth it to PewDiePie. We don't know if we can say the same about the editors though. At least not Brad 1. In a behind-the-scenes video, the PewDiePie editor talked about how he steals his boss's equipment regularly because he's poor, and PewDiePie is so rich that he doesn't notice anything's missing. This was obviously a joke, but it makes us wonder how much work the editors put in, and if their salaries are sufficient. Don't get us wrong, PewDiePie's editors are no charity cases, but there are many charity cases that Pew's involved in. He will often implore his fans to hop on the bandwagon of causes that he's supported, and they usually listen. In 2013, PewDiePie's fans raised nearly $500,000 for the charity Water Campaign, $10,000 of which he donated himself, and another $10,000 came from his studio. These donations led to the installation of water wells across Uganda and Rwanda. In 2014, PewDiePie and his fans raised $342,000 for Save the Children, a charity that provides relief for Earth's impoverished adolescents. Felix himself donated $25,000. The largest donation that Pewd was responsible for occurred during his 2016 Christmas livestream. More than $1.3 million was raised by his fans for RED, a non-profit organization that fights HIV and AIDS in 8 African countries. PewDiePie became so famous for his charity work that he and Ellen DeGeneres once teamed up for a gaming charity and ended up raising hundreds of thousands of dollars. And this isn't the full extent of PewDiePie's philanthropy. We don't know how much he's donated in private, but we suspect it's a lot. PewDiePie is for the people. This is clear. Along with putting money into equipment, editors, and charity, Pewd puts a lot of his funds into merch. Don't be surprised that people are willing to buy all kinds of merchandise from a professional video game commentator. More than being an independent creator, PewDiePie's a brand. Included in his collection of merch are t-shirts, hoodies, tank tops, mugs, hats, and phone cases. Most of these are embroidered with memes and catchphrases popularized by Pewd himself. Along with apparel and accessories, PewDiePie has released 3 of his own video games. 2015's PewDiePie, Legend of the Brofist, 2016's PewDiePie's Tuber Simulator, and 2018's Animal Super Squad, the latter of which was a result of a collaboration between Pewd and Goat Simulator designer Armin Ibrisagic. PewDiePie has also invested his resources into the creation of a video production content network, Revel Mode, and his own book titled This Book Loves You. Of course, PewDiePie puts his money into these ventures so that he can recoup the costs and make some revenue. And boy does he succeed. PewDiePie, Legend of the Brofist, generated over $100,000 in sales during its first day of release. And this was in the United States alone. Also, This Book Loves You sold over 130,000 copies in the US in its first 9 months. In true PewDiePie fashion, some of his merchandise sales are given to the charities that we've already mentioned. What a bro. Now we'll get into the fun stuff. All the strange paraphernalia that PewDiePie likes to buy. The YouTuber is known for his bizarre interests because he talks about them in many of his videos. What immediately catch a person's eye when they watch a PewDiePie video are the posters, figurines, and guitars in the background. The posters are of Stanley Kubrick's 1971 film A Clockwork Orange and the short-lived but legendary Japanese anime series Neon Genesis Evangelion. The figurines are Japanese collectibles from a line called Cause Companion, and the guitar is a Gibson Les Paul custom electric guitar. These are 4 obvious interests of PewDiePie, but there are many others that you would have to go deep down the Pewd rabbit hole to find out about. And for your sake, we did just that. It's apparent that PewDiePie spends a fair amount of money on tattoos. He has several of them, and has displayed them for his fans in many videos. However, they are usually hidden under his clothes. PewDiePie also loves exotic food and drink. In several videos, he recounted his tasting of various foreign foods, and expressed his delight for many of them, but he emphatically expressed his disgust for octopus. As for beverages, Pewd collects rare alcohol and has done taste tests for his fans. Moreover, PewDiePie likes fashion, as he once tweeted a pair of Y3 Saiku double prime knit sneakers that he'd recently purchased. Of course, we can't talk about Pewd's purchases without talking about video games. The amount of money that this capricious commentator has spent on video games is surely unprecedented. Even though PewDiePie is now focusing on non-video game related content, he still plays the latest games off camera, and sometimes reviews them on his Twitter account. Along with changing the makeup of his content, Pewd has changed the makeup of his family. In April 2018, PewDiePie got engaged to Marcia Bisonen. an Italian internet personality who has over 7 million YouTube subscribers. They began dating in 2011, after Marzia sent Pewd an email telling him she found his videos funny. That's all it took, and not long after, Marzia had moved to Sweden and was living with PewDiePie. While we don't know the exact cost of his engagement ring, or all the other gifts that he's given to his bride-to-be, we can guess that Marzia is the biggest expense for Pewd. We're not saying that this is a bad thing. In fact, this is a very wholesome thing. They go on trips together, make videos together, and enjoy all the perks of celebrity life as a couple. But anyone who knows PewDiePie knows that his family consists not only of Marzia, but of many non-humans. Pewd has 3 dogs, pugs Maya and Edgar, and a Yorkshire Terrier called Ink. But PewDiePie's most interesting family member, no offense Marzia, was Slippy, a massive cane toad that was kept in a terrarium in Pewd's home and could be seen in many videos. Unfortunately, Slippy passed away in December 2017. It's clear that PewDiePie loves animals and has put a lot of his funds into maintaining the health of his pets, Slippy notwithstanding. We wonder if he'll buy another amphibian to replace Slippy, or if Marzia is a good enough replacement. As you may have noticed, PewDiePie doesn't seem to make too many outlandish purchases. This may be Pewd's greatest value and should be the main takeaway of this video. Despite the hedonistic quality of his content, PewDiePie is a down-to-earth guy, which is proven by his reluctance to indulge in excessive materialism. He's a multimillionaire, yet he doesn't have a mansion, doesn't have a garage full of sports cars, doesn't have a posse, and doesn't buy ridiculous jewelry. And if he does have these things, he keeps it a secret and doesn't flaunt his wealth like so many celebrities do. This breed of celebrity is a constant target for PewDiePie. He's made several videos satirizing those content creators whose only revenue comes from posting videos of all the amazing things they own. Pewd has a video called My New Car, where he sets it up as if he's going to show his fans his brand new Lambo, but instead it's an old, dirty Nissan. Pewd also has a video titled My New House and My New Pool, where instead of showing off a mega mansion and a gigantic in-ground pool, he gives fans a tour of a modest house before chilling in a tiny inflatable pool. Yes, PewDiePie doesn't appear to take himself too seriously. And if he does, he makes sure he doesn't advertise that side of him. This is what we can all learn from Pewd. Be humble. And if you can't be humble, be ironic. It's the PewDiePie way. That's all for how PewDiePie spends his millions. What would you buy if you had as much money as PewDiePie? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.